A sharp and confident-looking Raptors team coming down the tunnel earlier. We'll see if that confidence carries over onto their home floor. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analysts Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, you may ask why Scotty Barnes is so competitive. He says it started while I was young. I had two brothers, and we always wanted to be better than each other. We just competed. As a kid, I just wanted to beat other people, no matter what it was. Kevin, whether it was foot races or basketball, he's still getting after it. Back to you.
He has. Not much has changed, has it, DA? Thank you. One thing that can be entertaining at this point of every season is how unexpected rivalries, Greg, begin to develop.
Yeah, teams that might not be traditional rivals have a few heated games early on, and now their matchups become must-see TV. Happens every season.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Smart is the point. White is on the wing.
Here we go.
Out in the front court along with Tatum. And it's Horford in at the center position. And for Toronto, Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. And Siakam in at the 5 spot. Now here's Tatum. Smart on the wing. 6 to shoot. Back to Tatum. Misses the 3. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Passes it to Anunoby. The 9-foot shot. That misses off the backboard. And stolen by Barnes. Pass to Siakam. Pass to Anunoby. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And here is Barnes. From deep. It's hauled in by Brown. Here's Boston now. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
Good on the triple.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
And Jaylen Brown is such a force on the offensive end. Hard to keep that guy out of the paint. Terrific finisher at the rim.
Now here's Barnes. In the game against Orlando, very impressive. And here is Trent outside. And again, no good by Toronto. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And maybe the only weakness for Brown is his handle on the ball.
And it's something that he's worked on every offseason. Still, though, susceptible to turnovers while dribbling. That's one of the very few weaknesses in his game.
Anunoby, no good.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Brown dishes to Smart. Anunoby comes with the double team. And finished off by Horford.
Well, what a pleasure to watch Al Horford go to work. Does all the right things, and that time gets an easy dunk.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the Celtics. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Toronto, 6.5 games behind them.
And you know, for Boston, what an ideal start for them this season. I mean, it takes some teams a while to kind of come together. Not this group. They were ready right from the start.
And what a good feeling it is to play such high-quality basketball so early in the season. This kind of start sets the foundation for what could be a monster year.
That's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Now, Siakam. after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Count that bucket.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow. Well, after their offense stalled in the finals, the Celtics getting some veteran help. Gallinari and Brogdon both bring shooting, and Brogdon's another playmaker on the floor. Oh, the officials are all over that one. And during his rookie year, Jason Tatum faced off with LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals.
GA, think about what a hard-fought series that was. It went the distance to 7 games for Tatum, an incredible test and growing opportunity. To me, that's part of the preparation this guy has received to becoming that franchise player.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Boy, the evolution and growth of Jason Tatum has been fun to watch. He's committed to improving, he wants nightly responsibility, and he's got such a high ceiling.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for White. And so he hits both. And Jason Tatum seems, GA, like he's on the verge of being a superstar in the league.
And Kevin, some would say he is already there. It feels like he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's already shown he can lead a team to the finals.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made one basket in this period.
Now here's Smart. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The outside leaner doesn't go that time.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Siakam passes to Anunoby. Trent against Brogdon. Trent can't hit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Brown playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. Plays it up and banks it in.
Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Siakam's shot is off. And so Horford will bring it up for the Celtics. Brown, and Brown throws it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the Raptors call time here. Some changes for Boston. Griffin's checked in for Horford. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in for Smart. And 1:01 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Banton, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Van Vliet with it. Williams picks him up. His first attempt of the game finds the target.
Well, there's a level of activity Fred Van Vliet brings to the floor every night. Now he gets into the mid-range jump shot, no problem.
Now here's Griffin. Outside Williams. The Celtics need to get a shot off. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Young, a screen on Brogdon. Here's Banton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first.
It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
First team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for Toronto, Delano Banton, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now Brown, 3-pointer. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Celtics. They lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
We've got Fred VanVleet, and it's Young in at the 4. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. VanVleet passes to Banton. No good on that one. Now Boston takes it the other way. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Both these teams are beneficiaries of tremendous coaching. Both have high hopes for the season. I expect to see a chess match tonight.
Here's Banton following the bucket by the Celtics. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. There's the pass to VanVleet. Young outside. 6 on the shot clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Now here's Brogdon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kicks it to Brown. There's the drive, and he slams it down right on the top of Thaddeus.
Oh, my goodness. How about that move by Jaylen Brown? That is spectacular.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Toronto calls timeout.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
We need you next round right now for your North Side Crew.
So Boston going with almost an entire new grouping. Al Horford's checked in for Griffin. Tatum comes in for Brown. Derek White's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Pritchard. So it's Toronto now, trailing by 5. Siakam outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first.
And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
throw good, Siakam. And the Raptors doors with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
Now here's Tatum. A 29-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
That one goes in. Horford's got his second bucket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Here's Tatum. Gary Trent Jr. making his last shot. Tatum kicks to White. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors trail by 3. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Shot from 12. And Siakam throws it down.
This is a real strength of Siakam's game, the ability to extend possessions and get second chance points on the board.
Smart passes to White. A 3-ball. He's off on that one, so the Raptors will take it the other way. Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you. Anunoby against Tatum. Smart passes to Tatum. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Well, this guy is used to scoring in tight situations with bodies around him. How about Jason Tatum maintaining his concentration?
Siakam misses.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Outside, Horford. He dishes it to Tatum. Pocket 6. Launches it. And it's White missing.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Barnes finds Siakam for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Now here's Smart. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
This is something Marcus Smart does really well. He utilizes his speed and strength to draw defenders while he's shooting.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so, Smart nails both of them.
Marcus Smart is one of those guys you want in the trenches. He brings great effort on the defensive end every night, and he's a willing shooter at the most critical moments.
Passes it to Trent. Fires for 3. And again, no good by Toronto. And so it's Boston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for tuning in. With half the game in the books, a bit of ground to make up for the Toronto Raptors.
Well, I'm seeing way too much selfish play. Don't try to attack the defense 1-on-5. Move the basketball, look for others, and then get your teammates involved. That's a recipe for winning.
And now, let's take a glance ahead at the games on the docket. Here's the upcoming schedule.
And you know, for that matchup against the Lakers, against this team, they have an advantage. But it's not a sure thing. They're going to have to play their hearts out.
Kenny, can you smell that?
What's that?
I'm smelling an upset.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the floor for Boston. Smart is the point. White is on the wing. Onto the front court along with Tatum. And it's Horford in at the 5.
Guys, you think about the Boston Celtics, and obviously the offense is driven by the two J's, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So much of what Boston does starts with their wing play.
And so Siakam will bring it up for Toronto. 7-point differential. For 3, Van Vliet. And it's White with the rebound. Boston shooting in this game 45%. And doors with Tatum and Brown. If they aren't scoring, they're creating for others.
Yeah, both Jason and Jaylen took major steps as playmakers, understanding the value of their teammates as release points, as guys who can take some pressure off in terms of the scoring load. And listen, neither guy is finished improving.
The Celtics have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Jaylen Brown, 2 shots.
Free throw good from Brown.
Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
And Brown drops them both. Oh, you're right. This fan base here in Toronto is terrific and certainly gets excited to cheer on their Raptors. They love them.
They do, and their theme is, quote, "We the North." You can truly tell how much these fans love the Raptors. Remember the scene in Jurassic Park outside the stadium, that special area when the finals were going on in 2019. It was pure pandemonium.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And the Raptors call time here.
If you want a free shirt, you need to be a super fan, and that means bringing home the toys you've got right now.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month. The Celtics second.
Offensively, people are moving without the ball, making the extra pass, and that's led to a high shooting percentage for them, really, over the last month.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. The kick out to Barnes. Here's Siakam. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Siakam's got 8 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Brown dishes to White. Pass to Smart. Jacks up a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Siakam looking around. That one doesn't go.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. They swipe it. He's all alone. Here's Anunoby, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
OG Anunoby, because of his athletic ability, can be special in the open floor. Nice finish there.
Tatum kicks to White. Horford sets a screen for White to the middle. The kick out to Tatum. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
VanVleet with it. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Banton. From outside, off the mark. Boston leading by 7.
And even when the stats aren't there, Horford still just finds a way to have an impact on the game.
Al is such a high IQ player, right, GA? He always puts himself in the right position. He's an exceptional defender. He's cross-positionally able on the defensive end. He can space the floor as a three-point shooter. You can put him at the 4 or 5 spots. So valuable.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
It's time for your North Side Tourist Run. Come on and make some noise!
Some changes for Boston. Griffin's checked in for Horford. Williams comes in for Tatum. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Derek White. And so it's Brogdon with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points. Brown the pass to Griffin. Trying to get something going. And that one is good. And the Celtics lead by 7.
You just get a sense how comfortable Blake Griffin is when he is near the cup. Makes it look effortless.
Great. When you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Count that one from VanVleet.
Now you see the wherewithal of Fred VanVleet. Finds the soft spot in the defense and converts.
Brown outside. They set the pick. Now the pass to Pritchard. Now here's Griffin. 6 to shoot. Over Birch. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Boucher sets a screen for Van Vliet. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Van Vliet's got 4 this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Oh, Blake Griffin at one time the best athlete in the league, showing off his skills athletically again. I love it.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Brogdon. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Down low. Here's Brown. That one off the back iron and out. Raptors trail by 5. And here is Van Vliet. He's got 6. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Celtics lead by 5. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Boston leading by 5. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Sharing the wing spots for them. It'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
That's a case where the reach of Jason Tatum comes into play. Understanding, let me go hit the offensive glass, and you get rewarded for it.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jason Tatum. And Greg, up and down this Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
That one is off.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Boston making a switch here. White's checked in. He hits the second from the line. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
Here's Anunoby. Van Vliet outside. Back to Anunoby. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Fred Van Vliet. This guy is so good recognizing when his teammates are open.
Smart finds Brown. Horford sets a screen for Brown. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Raptors trail by 4. Now Van Vliet. Siakam left side. Shot clock at 6. Back to Van Vliet. Lets the 3 fly. That one doesn't drop. And the Celtics going the other way now. They've led by as many as 11 points. That will be the 3rd of the 6-game road trip. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Siakam kicks to Trent. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Siakam. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. White dishes to Horford. Outside, Smart. It's Brown on the wing. To end the drought. It's hauled in by Trent. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Siakam outside. Pass to Anunoby. From past the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. White's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The dish to Tatum. Brown outside. And the 3 off target.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Trent kicks to Van Vliet. And the pass to Siakam. Trent outside. No good from outside.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Brown outside. Oh, they get it back. Count the basket. Tatum's got 4 this quarter.
Now, there's some thought that Jason Tatum has actually added a couple of inches to his height since he entered the league. Given that play, I believe it.
And the Raptors call time here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He said he just wants them to play faster. He feels like they've been too lackadaisical with the ball and that their aggressiveness just isn't there right now. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. So it's Toronto now. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. For 3, Van Vliet. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
And Siakam throws it down.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Brown kicks to Tatum. Fires the 3. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. Boston leading by 6. Tatum deciding where to go with it. From deep 3-point range, it's rebounded by Anunoby.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Passes to Tatum. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Toronto working the ball around now. Back to Siakam. Over Horford. With the second effort, and it's sent back by Horford.
Well, this is how Al Horford gets it done as a rim protector. His anticipation and his positioning are exceptional.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Second team foul. Shooting the Boston.
Take a break. Take a break.
At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Craig, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But hey, never say never.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Al, the coach mentioned he wanted to come into this building and do whatever was necessary to win. Did you think you guys had the intensity to get that done?
Yeah, no question. I like the energy from our team from the beginning. To be able to come in here and get a win like this, it feels good.
Great road win tonight, Al. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.